Hi, I'm Steve Pearson, and I've been a member of SIBO SOS since 2016, so coming up on 6 years. And I don't know how you've found yourself in this community, whether you're thinking about joining the Facebook group, but I can tell you find yourself in an amazing place. After a decade of being sick, no one could quite figure out what was wrong with me. It was so bad I actually decided to quit my job. There were some days I didn't want to get out of bed, and I felt like I was losing myself. The brain fog was so bad, I could not remember my birthday at the pharmacy, and I'd get in the car and I didn't know where I was driving home. My gastroenterologist said it was all in my head. And so, out of my own accord, I went to a neurologist, and within 20 minutes of listening to me, she said, "I think you have SIBO." And I'd never heard of it before, and apparently neither had my gastroenterologist. And the following day, I had an appointment with a psychiatrist because I kept saying I'm not depressed. I said I have anxiety. But if anybody's going to prescribe, antidepressants, it would be a psychiatrist. So I went to the psychiatrist the following day, and he said, "I think you have SIBO also." So within 2 days, I got 2 different doctors telling me I had SIBO. I'd never heard of it, and that led me to Google it, obviously, and it led me to SIBO SOS. I'm finding that community. And gosh, what a relief it was just to number one, see the support from all the other members, but also the information that Siobhan provided and the doctors, the caliber of doctors that she interviews, it's like truly remarkable. I truly believe, I don't think there's any site anywhere in the world that has the caliber of and quality of stuff that Siobhan and SIBO SOS has. So if you're new to this group, I would just say get invested in yourself, learn as much as you can. Because, it's challenging. You might come up against some doctors that, don't know what it is or how to treat it or what the expectations are. And that's what I really learned here is that, number one, there's hope. And Siobhan is a great deliverer of that message. And then Dr. Siebecker, really gives an optimistic but realistic, approach to this too. There's a system. And by that, I mean, it's not just like take antibiotics for 2 weeks or do this, do your diet. It's a little bit of everything. And there's a possibility of relapsing. And you've got to prevent that and maybe test again and maybe go on antibiotics again. So, this is information. If you're starting on this journey, don't worry. I think if somebody had told me, "Steve, this is what you have, the recovery, it's going to take you maybe 6 to 12 months to get better," I would have had different expectations and less disappointments because, I kept thinking after 2 weeks and taking my antibiotics, I would be better. So, you're in a great place. It's a terrific community. And I'll tell you another story. If you stick around in this group, you never know which little nugget of information you're going to get. Part of me healing too, and being on this journey, I was listening to a Facebook Live call with Siobhan and Dr. Brown of Entrantil, and the subject of alcohol came up, and my drinking had escalated, and I texted, I don't have Siobhan's phone number, but I texted her through Facebook and said, is this a problem with heavy drinkers? And she confirmed that it was. And to be very honest, that was the nudge I needed to go to rehab. And so I've also been sober for 2 years. So not only did I heal from SIBO, but I got sober too. So I got a lot out of this community. And it's one of the reasons I stick around, because even though I'm better, I still have some challenging days. But I want to be there for other people too. So if you're like me in the future, and you get better, stick around and come back to the group and give the support and encouragement to other group members. Because, just remember what you and I were like when we were back, in those shoes, and how much support we needed. There's one thing I found. Part of healing is telling your story, and it's not for you, but it's in the strength that it gives to others. So if you could do that, I think Siobhan would appreciate it. And I would just say I took the SIBO recovery roadmap, the system, and I followed it, and and it's updating. It's like a constant education system. I was just on a call and just learning, it's okay if you have to retest. It's not, it's just part of the cycle. If our expectations are set right by our providers, we're going to be okay. So, and if you haven't bought Siobhan's book, then you should buy that too. Again, I bought it after I'd healed, and what a godsend it is. And it's from a perspective, it's not written by a medical professional. It's written by Siobhan, by somebody who's been in our shoes, and it's truly remarkable. She's an amazing human being. She's empowering, and I think she empowers all of us to be, the epitome of the empowered and educated patient. So I would encourage you to do that on your journey too, is to learn as much as possible and to think about this for the long haul, because you will get better, and there's a lot of hope, I promise. Okay.